Bum 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 bum. The Peter Bittersweet Show. Bum 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 bum. So notice my gesture. There's a little bit of a message behind that. This is Central Arizona College, probably the least toxic job I've ever taken in my life up until this point. But my first couple of weeks here, today is the beginning of week 3 or 4. I'm trying to make sure I got the right week 3 here. And in 3 weeks' time, I've had very beautiful connections with all of my students and all of my colleagues. And today, one of my students related some personal issues, and I was able to connect with him as well. So everything's good. I ran into two problems that are notable. The first one I already talked about a few times here. I was at a conversation with my onboarding HR person, and he was drinking a tea, and the noise kind of disturbed me. Not his fault. Probably millions of people probably drink tea with the same kind of noise as he did. But that particular day, I probably had some other stresses going on, and somehow I pushed through that meeting. I was actually, it's a good thing that I was in a good mood. I kind of told him, he gave me some papers to fill out, and I told him, maybe some quiet would be nice. I got to think about this. Can I use he had a break room next to him. I'll be right back, right? Because it involved filling out tax paperwork. Just some quiet would be nice. So that was good. But when I got home that day, it was a big reminder of how unfree I am, right? Even though CAC might be a dream job, I have to, because I need that almighty dollar, I have to put up with noises I don't like to hear. Sometimes I have to put up with other issues that I might not like to. Other times there might even be situations that I have food allergies, right? Sometimes I have to put up with stuff like that. And it just goes to show how unfree I am, right? It almost feels like a mild form of slavery, if you will, right? Not full on slavery, but a mild form of it, right? That I have to do this because I need that almighty dollar, right? And so when I got home, I swore to myself that I would make a name for myself with my art projects. And it was around that time that I discovered that you guys saw the Lego art that I recently put together. Lego has this program where you can submit ideas, and if they end up selling it as a set, you can get loyalties from it, right? I think it's 1% of the sales. And so that's when I really ramped up researching how to do that. Now, 2 nights ago, as I was doing the Legos project and other things, I ended up staying up till 4 in the morning. And when I finally went to sleep, I had the best sleep ever. It was like when my head hit the pillow and I went right to heaven, right? It felt like that. And it made me wish I could do that every night, right? If I only went to sleep when I'm tired, oh my God, I would sleep so well, right? I got a taste of that back in 2020, right? When we had no other commitments. I only went to sleep when I was tired. I only woke up when I was ready. And it's not like I was lazy. I was still sleeping about, I would say, a quarter to a third of the time, right? It's just that I chose the hours on my own. It was really efficient. I didn't have to toss and turn. I never had to wake up when it wasn't time to, right? I was sleeping really efficiently. And it made me wish I could do that every day. And unfortunately, I'm reminded about the kind of slavery that I have to serve. I mean, don't get me wrong. Slavery is an exaggeration, but it's you get the idea, right? Not being free to choose when I get to sleep, wake, what I get to hear, right? And so you get the idea, right? And it really goes to show how unfree I am. And that's why I need to free myself. Unfortunately, the ways that I've been trying to free myself are also not completely free, right? And so it's kind of, I kind of have a bittersweet feeling about it. All of the stuff that I'm doing is a dream, right? The job here, the art projects, and whether I succeed or fail in the Lego project. I'm having a good time with it. I just wish it didn't come with so much bondage, right? It feels like a giant game of Simon Says, right? Simon Says, listen to this, the slurping noise, right? Simon Says, go to sleep, right? I want to get rid of that, right? But at the same time, to be fair, tomorrow I wake up and I discover that Peter's shit was right and silver is now $10,000 an ounce. I don't think the first thing I would do is to turn in my 2 week notice. No, I really love all my students as well. I just don't love the Simon Says part of it. And so that's what's bittersweet about the whole thing. And I want you guys to pray for me by leaving a dislike. I don't need to have the ideal situation every day, but I wish more often I would get to sleep when I want and wake up when I want. I wish for that to happen more, right? And I wish for to have more power to walk away. And I didn't tell the HR person the reason I walked away was because of his slurping noise. I so much wish I could have told him because I don't think he wants to annoy me. And he and I have had good conversations since that day when he wasn't drinking the tea, obviously. I don't think his goal was to try to annoy me. So it's just bittersweet altogether. We've had good conversations since then. Anyway, I learned the hard way that even a dream job has its set of nightmares embedded inside of it, unfortunately, right? I hope to, and I really slept really well. Actually, part of the reason I talked in my last video about this celebrity from another country, I hope to make a move on her and see if I could ask her out on a date. And it's kind of interesting why I even thought about that. I slept so tightly that I dreamed about her. And in the dream, I actually went up to talk to her, and it didn't turn out badly. And so a lot of my dreams end up coming true. I've had dreams that later went on to come true. So I think I might give it a try now. Although I got to be careful with her. I had another dream about her a few years ago. I dreamt that I had gotten her pregnant with 10 babies at one time. And I had to push her around in a wheelchair. But in the dream, the two of us were really happy about that. We weren't worried about how to take care of our children. And but I'm not sure. I don't think I would be happy if I got her pregnant with 10 babies today. But obviously, that's not going to happen immediately after I get to know her. So maybe my mind will change. Maybe that dream will come true as well, but in a better situation. Right? Obviously, I'm not ready to have 10 kids today. All right, so continue to pray for me. Offer a suggestion about how to deal with this if you have one. This is the Peter Bittersweet Show. Bum 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 bum.